Alright guys, so early in the summer, I'd probably say late spring, early summer, I was fishing outside the harbor in the kayak. It's one of my last videos, one of my last few videos, and I headed in, was loading the kayak up in the parking lot, and I had a keeper in the kayak. You know, I had to go and fillet it and stuff. So this little kid Rudy saw the fish and came up to me. He was asking me a million questions. He got all excited, and he was, you know, they were getting ready to go fishing. They had the rods and their tackle out, they were tying rigs and stuff. And so they're from upstate New York, I believe, and they didn't really know what to use or how to use it. So I gave him a quick, like, tutorial, like a hands-on what to use. I showed him like a bucktail. He had a jig head. He had a jig head and a piece of plastic, and I showed him how to put the plastic swim bait on the hook, and just quickly how to use it, you know. So so it gave me an idea to make a video on how to fish a jetty or any sandy beach for fluke. So what we're going to use today is a 1/2 ounce Spro bucktail. It's got a little white on the bottom of the head, and we're going to use these 4-inch swimming mullets by Gulp. They last pretty long. You catch like 4. I caught, you know, the other day caught probably 8 or 9 of them on one piece. But this is one of the best things you should have in your tackle box. Today we'll probably use anywhere between 1/2 ounce and 1 ounce. So I just want to correct myself. It's always good to have 1/4 ounce to 1 ounce bucktails on you. I tend to start between 1/2 ounce and 1/4 ounce and 1/2 ounce. Just bounces off the bottom a little better. I never use heavier off of the jetties or beach, but I always start with 1/2 ounce. I always like a lighter bucktail. So this is a very important tool to have in your tackle box. You should always have a few bucktails. It's a very, very good piece of tackle. You know, pretty much anything will hit a bucktail. So have a bunch of these on you. So we're gonna head down there. We're gonna give it a shot. I don't really know what the tide is. I just finished doing stuff around the yard, so we're just gonna go down and have a little fun and see what we can get. All right, guys, see you down there. All right, guys. So it's a little windy down here, so I'm not sure if you could hear me, but I'll do a voiceover if you can't. So this is what we're using: 4-inch swimming mullet by Gulp. It's pretty simple to put these on. I've got green in there too. Got a couple in there that have been used. So it looks kind of like a fish. I don't know if you can see that. I'll zoom in on it if I have to. So you want this to sit on the bottom of the hook like that. So you're going to flip it upside down. I always pull the hairs back. I'll flip it upside down like that. Stick the hook in through the tip. As soon as it starts to curl around the corner of the hook down here is when you poke it through the top of the mullet. It should look just like that. And then that tail will swim around in the water. Just like that. So we'll close this back up. We'll do a few shots, see what we get. You don't have to get them super far out there. I mean, you just count till about 3 or 4, sometimes 5, depending on how far out I am. That allows the bucktail to sink down to the bottom. You just reel slowly, and you see me reeling about that speed. And every now and then just flick the tip. And every like 4 or 5 foot reels, spins on the reel, just flick the tip a couple times. And most of the time you'll either feel a little bite, just tension, or sometimes we'll just grab it and run with it. So it's all just getting a feel for it. You also want to clear the weeds off of it when you get weeds. And just cast around, don't cast just in front of you. Cast to your left, cast to your right. As long as there's nobody around you, you know. If there's people next to you, just try to cast straight ahead of you. Also, don't just fish one spot on the jetty. You know, do 6, 7, 8 casts. You know, if you don't catch anything, no bites, no nothing, you know, move 10 feet down the jetty. Oh, I just missed a real thing. I'm getting little bites here and there. That was a fluke too. Right at the rocks. You might be a keeper. Measure him up. No. Alright, so while I take my phone out to take a picture for Instagram, I just want to let you know that I usually mark all my rods at 19 inches and 28 inches with a piece of electrical tape from the butt of the rod to wherever 19 inches is and 28 inches is. 19 inch for fluke, 28 inch for striped bass. That way you don't have to carry a measuring tape out. Oh, that's a good sign. There's an almost keeper. There should be a keeper. That's why you notice when I missed him the first time, I slowed up on the reeling. Because if you slow up sometimes, they'll just come up and hammer it. They'll think, you know, whatever they just hit is wounded or... Yeah, he followed me all the way to the rocks. Hit me right in front of the rocks. Huh? Yeah. Just a bucktail with a piece of gulp on it. Sea robin. Yeah. They'll eat anything. All right, so by bouncing that bucktail off the bottom, it gets those hairs moving around on the bucktail, and also that either the gulp or whatever swim bait you're using um, gives a little bit of motion in the water, and it really catches their eye and makes them, you know, grab the bucktail. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, not so little. Wow, I almost hooked myself. No! Oh, he's in the water. He just swam out. Hey, there he is. He's gone. Reason, if you notice, I'm down a little lower on the rocks. The reason for that is because of the last fish I just caught. You know, if he flops off the hook or, you know, comes out of your hands, it most likely will go right back in the water, bounce off the rocks and go in the water. That last one went in the rocks, but somehow he found his way out. So I'm scattering through the rocks and hopped out over there, which is good. You never want to see a fish die in the rocks. Now, sometimes it happens, but you always try to prevent it. So. So always stay low on the rocks, and that way if they, you know, they come off, they just go right back in the water. Huh? I know. You should reel them up, and you can't just clog the jetty like that. There we go. Little fluke. Oh. Man, back in the water. There he goes. That hook came, the tension on the line when I was lifting that fish out of the water, the hook came loose and went shooting straight up in the air and behind me. I knew those girls are behind me, so in that situation what you usually do is you just take the tip of your rod, just flick it back down to the water, and that bucktail will come right back down in front of you, and just make sure you don't hit anybody behind you, next to you, or whatever. Guys, so that was pretty successful. Caught anywhere from, I think it was 8 to 10 fish, I believe. First one was almost a keeper. I had to measure it, like you saw. But all in all, it was good. It was good good trip, and I hope you guys learned something. I'm sure most of you watching the video probably have a good idea how to fish, but I just wanted to make this video for the people who might be going on vacation somewhere that they're going to bring a couple fishing rods and they're not sure what to bring or what to use. So what we use today is a very good thing to have on you at all times. It's one of the best things to start out with, the bucktail and the gulp. But hope you guys learned something. Shortly after this video, like right after I'm done talking, I'm going to show you the knots, how I tie my 20-pound fluorocarbon to the main line, my 15-pound braid, and then how I tie the hook to the fluorocarbon leader. And I'll show you how to tie those knots. It's pretty simple. They don't take long to learn. So stay tuned. Done talking. I'm going to show you these knots. And all right, guys, take care. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you the knot that I use. What you're going to need is a 30-pound Seaguar fluorocarbon leader. You don't have to use fluorocarbon, you can use mono. Fluorocarbon's pretty much like invisible underwater to most fish. It's a little pricier than mono, but it's what I like to use for fluke fishing and stuff. So you need that, a pair of cutters, well, pliers with cutters. I'm not going to use this because I don't want to waste this, because I'm going to be doing it a few times. So I'm going to put this off to the side. I have just regular 20-pound fishing line. We'll use that instead. So I'm going to put these off to the side. We're going to grab our main line, 15-pound braid, and we're going to put it down. Where's the tag end? There's the tag end. That's the tag end. And we're going to take the tag end of our fishing line. This is the tag end. And lay it down on the opposite side. Now you're going to pinch in the middle. Lift up. Just like that. So you have both the braid and the fluorocarbon leader. And you're going to take the braid, the tag end, bring it around to your thumb and pinch it off. Put a little more line through, make this loop a little bigger. Now you have your fluorocarbon leader or whatever leader material you wind up using right here, and right next to it is your braid. So we're going to loop it around through. You're going to take your tag end, which is right here, and you're going to loop it through this loop about 7 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you're going to grab the tag end with your fingers, let go of the pinch on the other side, pull. Now when it gets to about here, spit on it. This gives it a little bit of moisture to prevent any kind of friction. Friction can sometimes wear down the leader. And that's what that side's supposed to look like. It's very small. Now you're going to take the tag end of the leader side, right here. Now this is way too much. We don't need that much. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab the braid again and just pull this fishing line through, your leader through, until you get the right amount of line you need. Now we have the knot here. You're going to pinch off just on the other side of the knot. And you're going to take your leader, do the same thing, wrap it around and pinch. And get the right amount. Now you got your leader and your braid next to each other. You can take the tag end and wrap it through. Do it 7 times also. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you're going to grab the tag end, release where you have it pinched, and pull. And when you get to here, spit on again, pull tight, Now it should look just like that. Now you are going to pull the two together. See that one knot there, not there. You're going to pull until it tightens up, just like that. That is your uni knot, double uni knot. That's what it should look like. Right there. That'll never come out. So you're going to take your tag end of your braid and you're going to snip it off. I always leave about a 1/4 inch left in case the knot does tighten up just a little bit. You have a little room to play with. And I do the same with the leader side. Here's your tag end. I'm going to take it and we're going to clip it. Also leave a 1/4 inch on that side. And this is what your final product should look like. Right there. That is a double uni. Now, I do usually do like a 4-foot leader. So we'll do about 4 feet. We're going to cut the leader off. There's your tag end of your leader. This is garbage. Well, not garbage, but put it off to the side. There's your bucktail, or whatever your hook you're using, or rig you're using. I'm just going to tie it to a bucktail. You're going to stick the tag end through the eyelid. Stick it through. Grab the tag end, and you're going to pinch the eyelid, just like that. You're going to take your tag end, which looks like that, and wrap it behind the main line. Wow. And you do 2, 3, 4. You do 5 loops with 20-pound test. Now you got your tag end like this. I'm trying to do it so you could see so my fingers aren't in the way. There's that loop down there by the eyelid. You're going to take the tag end, wrap it behind the twists and through that hole. It's kind of tough to do and tough to see with my big fingers in the way. Now it is through that hole, and you're going to take the tag end and put it through the loop with all the twists in it, just like that. Grab the tag end, so it should look like that. Then you spin on it. You're going to hold the tag end with your down here and hold the bucktail at the same time and let it tighten up. Now that is what it should look like. Now you see how it is pretty much like a 90-degree angle coming off the bucktail. That means the knot is correct. So you're going to take your cutters, clip the tag end off, a 1/4 inch on it, just like I did before, and that is the rig I use. So improved clinch knot to the bucktail, slide up the leader to our double uni to our main line. Now that knot, this knot will never come out. It's very strong, so that's what I use all the time. I'm going to show you what to do if you're going to use a barrel swivel. If you're going to use a barrel swivel, I'll show you that next. Alright, so use a barrel swivel. So we just left the improved clinch knot on the bucktail, and I cut the double uni off. So there's a tag end of the leader, and here is the tag end of the braid. So we're going to take that barrel swivel. Where did we put it? Ah, here it is. Take this barrel swivel. This is a barrel swivel. You're going to take your main line of your braid, put it through the hole, one side of the barrel swivel, pull it through. Now you're going to put it back through again. Put it back through. Grab it. Now it should be looped through there twice. This is called the uni knot. So you're going to take the tag end, which is right here, you're going to make a loop, just like you did on the other knot. Get more line. You make a loop, and pinch. Sorry. So you're going to make a loop, and you're going to pinch it off. So you have the main line. You should have two pieces of braid here. You know, your main line and your loop. You're going to take your tag end. You're going to wrap it around about 7 times. Through here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you're going to grab the tag end with your fingers, release where you have it pinched, pull it. Now you're going to spin on it for lubrication. You pull that side tight. Now you can let go of the tag end and slide it down to the barrel swivel. That is the uni knot. So we're going to cut the tag end off. There's much to cut. Very little waste. To about 1/4 inch left on the line. Now you have your one knot, your uni knot on one side. Now you're going to do an improved clinch knot on the other side like we did on the bucktail. So you're going to slip it through. Slip it through the other end of the hole. I just flipped the barrel swivel around. Now you get your tag end and your main line. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can stick it back through this hole down at the bottom, up. So here's your tag end. Now you have this loop with all your twists on it. You're going to take the tag end and put it through the back side of this hole. Just like that. You pull it through. Spin on it. Then you take the tag end, put it between your fingers down here, and pull tight. And that is how you do it with the uni knot. So, uni knot to the barrel swivel, improved clinch knot to the barrel swivel, to your bucktail. Alright guys, so I told you I'm going to show you how to hook the, I use a lot of plastic swim baits, scented, unscented, like I use Gulp, or I'll just use plastic swim baits. It's not all about scent, it's also about the action as it spins through the water. So this is what I'm going to show you how to put on. This is called a, I think, 4 or 5 inch grub, just plastic, there's no scent to it. I'm going to show you how to put it on this bucktail. So what you're going to do, you want this to sit on the bucktail just like this. There is a certain way to put these on. This bucktail's bent. I caught a bluefish on it, so it's all bent when I took the pliers to take it out, take the hook out. So you want it to look just like that, that tail sitting up like that. So you can take the grub and your bucktail in one hand, one in each hand. Now you want it to sit like this. You're going to flip this upside down. I'm going to try to do this correctly without, while watching the camera and everything. You're going to stick the hook through the center of the grub. Now when it gets down to the bend of the hook, you're going to want to start curling the grub around the corner, and the hook will naturally pop out of the top of it and pull it all, slide it all the way down. That is what it's supposed to look like. Just like that. So when that swims through the water, this tail curls around and around and around and around. So there is a certain way to put them on. You can put them on upside down, it doesn't matter. As long as that tail is, you know, will spin. I like to do it the right way, and if they get worn out, flip it over, and you could also use it upside down if you wanted to. I always start out with it the right side up. So just like that, and that swims through the water. My bucktail's seen better days. The hairs are falling off of it. And that tail swim through the water, and it'll get their attention. All right, guys, go catch them up. Hope you liked the video. Comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.